Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? My name is Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
And you are currently tuned in to the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on with you, Brody?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. Doing good, man. I was just telling you about some stuff that I had end up running into last night, man. I ended up joining one of these feeds on Twitter, man. Ended up getting a lot of information from different podcasters, man. So I had a very interesting night last night, man. So but how about you, man? How you feeling? Everything good?
Man, everything is going great, bro. I can't complain about nothing in my life right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much just chilling, doing my thing. OnlyFans is going crazy right now. So, you know, can't complain about that. I'm loving it. It's going great. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of involvement going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, man, listen, this whole process has just been fun. Aside from the fact that I, you know what I'm saying, get to stare at boobs all day, just the interactions that I'm having with people and, you know what I'm saying, working with other creators in a different creative space is fun as well because I'm able to take all of my talents from here and YouTube and, you know what I'm saying, TikTok, Instagram, like all those other platforms as far as, you know what I'm saying, doing audio, doing video editing, you know what I'm saying, being able to edit photos, being able to, you know what I'm saying, do graphics and, you know what I'm saying, just all that other kind of stuff. I'm able to help them because it's a lot of them that really don't know how to promote their stuff or even like, you know what I'm saying, set up something to market it right. So I'm that's really what I'm doing with a lot of them, especially the ones that the ones that I talk to, because it's like I'm doing a lot of networking. And so with that, it's, you know what I'm saying, making it a little bit easier to be able to talk to them and, you know what I'm saying, like get content with them and stuff like that, doing collabs and everything else. Because, like, I can help them do this and in turn they'll be like, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I do some content with you or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying, I do something for you or whatever. So, you know what I mean? Like, and then it's not something like I'm pressing them to do, but at the same time, it's like they looking out for me just like I'm looking out for them. So it's just been fun, man. And then it's dope to see like a lot of the stuff that a lot of these girls are doing because they are doing some amazing stuff on there, bro. Like some amazing stuff. Like I seen this real quick though. Like I seen this one chick, she do cosplay. So like she dress up as like anime characters, she dress up as like video game characters and shit. And that's all she do. Like she don't get naked or nothing, but like she just do cosplay. But the shit is dope. Like it looked just like the video game characters and the cosplay character. I mean the anime characters. So like she do her own makeup, everything. Like she fire, bro. She is fire. So I was talking to her and she was trying to figure out like how she would be able to, you know what I'm saying, like get certain graphics and stuff on her pictures. So I was just telling her like, well, you know what I'm saying, like what you looking for, and then I'll try to find it and, you know what I'm saying, see if I could do it for you. And so she was looking for not Naruto, what's that shit called? Demon Slayer. So she was looking for the title name Demon Slayer on for her picture. So I found the thing, and then, you know what I'm saying, I edited it, you know, so I edited it up, doctored it up, and I put it on her picture, and then I found the name of the character, so I put the name of the character at the top and made it look like a trading card. And I sent it to her, and she was like, oh shit, like she was like, this is fire. I was like, it's all yours, you know what I'm saying? Like you got it for free. She was like, damn, she was like, really? I'm like, yeah. So she ended up posting it on her shit, and then she tagged me she tagged my OnlyFans page in the post. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just shit like that, man. It's fun, bro. Being able to network with people and helping people out, you know what I'm saying? Helping them create better content. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you'll run across or who you'll run across that'll be able to help you or teach you something too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. You should have hit me up, man. I would have told you to put some of that. You know, Kid Cudi did an album called Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying. You know what I'm saying? She could have had that album playing in the background. You know what I mean?
Well,
It would have went with the Demon Slaying.
Yeah, it was a picture. It was a picture. So I made it like the way I did it. I made it like it was a trading card. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope.
I put a border around it. You know what I'm saying? And then on the border, I had I had like a little banner around the thing. So around the name of the character, I had a banner around that. And then at the bottom, I just put the Demon Slayer logo or the name, title, or whatever on there. And then that just, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like one of the, it looked like a trading card for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can get at the PAX or whatever like that or something like that. So she was like, wow, like you pretty good with this shit. I'm like, I do my best. And then I found like some Japanese letters that I guess was the name of it too. I don't know what the fuck it said in Japanese, but it looked dope.
That shit said catfish.
Probably that motherfucker probably said like tuna or something, nigga. But I put the Japanese letters under it real small. Well, not like real small, but smaller than the name of the character, so it looked like it was in Japanese. So yeah, that shit was fire, man.
All right. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. You know, I will say, man, it's good, man, being back back potting. Even though I ended up doing a pot that Friday anyway, you know, ended up being a Friday the 13th. So I took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Put out a pod on Friday the 13th. But like, you know what I'm saying? But now there's the crazy part though. So like I had did it right, and like even going into it, you know how I do. Like I'm not sitting around like writing notes, like because like I was listening to this one podcast about that person I was telling you about before, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and they were just telling me how they was like they did a whole outline, they did a whole layout of like what their podcast is gonna be. And I was like, yeah, I don't do that. Yeah. I was like, I just go into that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I tried to do like when I was doing Already Home, I tried to do outlines. It's just so it don't feel right, bro.
Yeah, I think it depends on what type of podcast you're doing. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to do an informational type of like, especially when it comes to like those crime podcasts and stuff like that, like yeah, you kind of have to, you know, set an outline and all that type shit to get that whole thing going. But like for what I do, it's more freer. It's more conversational. So it's not really outlined that way for it to sound really structured. And like going into it, like I went into this whole like stigma thing about where it all originated from when it comes to Friday the 13th and why it got this bad omen on it and all this type of shit. So I went into that, and then I went into the whole series or whatnot. But yeah, man, it's fun and it's great to be back. Viewers Anonymous, man. Because missed the week of what we watching, but I got a lot of shit for this Friday, man. But I will say this though, man. I've been hearing, man, people been talking about it, man. Black Mirror coming back, man. Yeah, Black Mirror coming back.
When?
Well, they didn't put a date on it. But
it's confirmed.
Netflix, yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed, and they said it's going to be more. It's going to be more like movie structure. It's still like going to be a series
without the pick and choose.
They didn't say that. They didn't say that. They just said that like. I just think that, but I felt like it was always that way though. I felt like it was always a different story for a different thing. So I don't know why somebody said that unless it's going to be like the episodes are going to be like an hour and a half type of thing. I mean, maybe that's what they meant when they said it's going to be more movie wise, because like all of them were different. It was never the same thing. So
yeah, it's an anthology.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, man, because what I heard, I don't know if this is true, but supposedly they had something done, but they said it kind of mirrored the whole Trump shit. So they just scratched it and they didn't put it out. That's what the rumor is. I don't know how true this is. I mean, I believe in the source of where I heard it, but it's just the fact of like, supposedly that's why it's been 3 years. It's because they had something ready and then they was like, we don't think this is going to be viewed well. So they just scratched it and just didn't come out with it.
Yeah.
But But yeah, I'm excited about that, man. Black Mirror is one of those futuristic shows that's wild, man. Like I was listening to this podcast today, and they was talking about like how wild the episodes are, and they brought up the one where the girl like likes was her credit score, and then just like that's not far fetched, man. Like I could see some shit being like that in 2040. Like if your social media popping, your life is popping, but if you ain't shit, man, your credit score ain't gonna be shit. Like
man,
it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but I enjoy that show, man, and I'm really looking forward to come back.
Hold on, real quick, bro.
Cool.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
Okay, good.
I had to check something real quick. My apologies.
No, you straight.
All right, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna introduce it, but you ready?
Oh yeah, go ahead. You got it. Oh
well, okay. Well, listen, people, we got a anniversary for y'all, man. It is the 30-year anniversary of this film. It is a film that was directed and written by Ron Sheldon, starring Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, Rosie Perez. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people. You got Kadeem Hardison in here, man. A bunch of guys that Dwayne Martin, he made his appearance in here, looking like my man in what's my movie called? Above the Rim. He's like the same guy.
For sure. You know what though? When he was on Real Husbands of Hollywood, he looked the same, bro.
Like he still do. He
might be a vampire too.
He might be like, for real, man. I'm telling you, they doing something. Something ain't right over there.
For sure.
But yeah, y'all, we wanted to do something for y'all that we've been missing these, man. So we figured that this would be a great time to do it. It is the 30-year anniversary of White Men Can't Jump.
Yes, sir.
And this is where I want to start though, because this is the wild thing about this, right? There's going to be a reboot. We'll get into the reboot here in a second, but I want to hit this one thing with you first.
Okay.
One of the reasons why I think that this movie and this reboot is going to be, it depends on how they do it. But when it comes to the term now of White Men Can't Jump, I don't know, man. I don't know if that shit fly no more, man.
Well, no, that was strictly a 90s thing, bro.
It was the 90s. Yo, that shit do not fly today. Like that title, it's not. Man, have you been seeing that one dude? It's just one dude, man. He got like blue hair or some shit, and like he doing like these dunk contests, like
the one where he dunk I'm about to say dunk it. He dribble it and then he jump up and let it roll off his back and then dunk it. Is that what you talking about?
Yes,
dude is crazy. That's the dude that made the remember the scorpion dunk everybody was talking about?
Yeah,
he made that. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yo, man, that dude. Look, I don't know if this title flies anymore, man, because it has been proven now. Yo, maybe they couldn't jump in the 80s, in the 90s. Now, Brent Berry was the daddy. Now, Brent Berry kind of, gave it a little thing because now I will say this about Brent Berry. When you look at the dunks that he did, it wasn't that they was bad dunks. But I do think he got the benefit of the doubt because he was like pretty much like the first white dude to be in the dunk contest. Then his daddy's Rick Barry. So it's kind of like, now he did do the free throw dunk.
Yeah.
Now, but his other dunks was really kind of mediocre, and I think they just kind of gave him the dunk contest because
that's before white dudes had real athleticism, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, Brent Berry, and that was in the mid 90s, early to mid 90s. So Brent Berry kind of changed it. Now his brother couldn't jump. His brother John Berry was just a shooter, and his daddy used to shoot free throws underhanded. So that was just a totally different thing. But like, fuck it, let's get into it. So,
hey, bro.
What happened?
Hey, I was watching Winning Time, bro. And they had that nigga on there doing them free throws, bro. it's like when you watch that shit on there, bro, you just be sitting there looking like, yo, I can't believe this nigga was in the league shooting free throws like that, man.
Yo, but the thing is, he was like a 90% free throw shooter.
I know, and he was making all of them shit. He was making all of them shits, bro. Like that shit was crazy. That's so crazy to me, bro.
Yo, and then his grandson, he shoots him that way. I think he was either at Purdue or Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
All I remember is that I remember the gold in black. I don't remember if it was Purdue or Vanderbilt, but it's one of them. And he shoot his underhanded. But I don't think he has the Barry last name though. I think it was his daughter, son. I think.
Okay.
But yeah. So he has a grandson that's coming up. I don't know if he's a freshman, junior, or whatever. But so now they got this reboot that's supposed to be coming out, man. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I don't know how I feel about it. From what I've seen so far, they already casted Jack Harlow. I don't know how I feel about that. I seen highlights of him in the celebrity games. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it. And now I see Tiana Taylor. She got picked up.
So she's gonna be.
She's probably gonna be Sydney's wife. Probably. Yeah. I would think. I would think that she would be that. And I saw a guy that is in John Wick movies. Lance Riddick. I don't really know who he is, but now Quavo reached out and said that he wanted to be in this movie. Said that he wanted to play Sydney.
That would be perfect.
But this is the thing. Now that it went out, it was out in the world for like 2 months, and apparently the people that's doing the reboot came out and said, we appreciate it, but we're not gonna go with you. I thought I thought it would be great. We all see and know that Quavo can ball. Yeah, He's been doing a little bit of acting. I mean, it hasn't been a ton, but he's been doing it a little bit. But Jack Harlow ain't done no acting. So I just thought that for him to come out and say like, "Yo, like I want to play Sydney," like I felt like Quavo would have done a good job, man. Like, what do you think about the casting, and what do you feel about the direction that you think it should take? Because I want to hear your take, and I'm gonna tell you the direction that I think they should take.
Okay. Well, I think Quavo being with, what I'm saying, in the movie with Jack Harlow, Tiana Taylor, like having that theme of artists, what I'm saying, in the movie together would be dope. I think that if they picking Tiana Taylor, that she should play the Gloria character that Rosie Perez played. Only because she got some acting up under her belt. And she has that personality that she can play Gloria. You know what I'm saying? Rhonda didn't get that much screen time.
She didn't.
You know what I'm saying? And like, to me, to have a name like Tiana Taylor with her background and what she can do, like you want her to be, on the screen. That's a draw. So you want her to, for people to come check her out. But yeah, for sure, like Quavo having the athleticism that he has, I think that would be a great addition because you don't have to worry about getting a double for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he can actually make those, scenes happen. So can Jack Harlow. Because I also seen Jack Harlow play, but I seen him play in the I forgot what the league is called. It's like PBL or something. It's RBL or something like that. But it's a league where they get like certain artists and then they have them play like 3-on-3 basketball and stuff. But it be on YouTube and stuff. So I seen that. And like he got some game. He can actually play. You know what I'm saying? So you don't see that a lot with, most artists or rappers or whatever. But I mean, with the rise that he got right now, his stardom, and then you put him, Quavo, and Tiana Taylor on there, and you add in a few other names, like as far as just regular actors, like, yeah, that'll be I wouldn't mind going to see how they, how they doing that one. And especially if you keep the story the same or the story similar, and just modernize it a little bit, I think that'd be fire.
I feel you. I feel like if they not, I wish they would have went with Quavo, but the only other person, but I don't know if they want this backlash though. The only other person that, because you brought up a good thing about not using a double, because when you watch this movie, the original, that's Wesley and that's Woody.
Mm-hmm.
Like they own the court actually playing basketball.
I know. And that's why I said with them two, you would want to do that because you don't have to get a double.
Now, the only other person I could think of, and we know he can act, but it could be some controversy that goes along with it, is Chris Brown. Like Chris Brown, he can ball, he definitely
can ball, he definitely can act.
So I just feel like that could be somebody that they could use because it seemed like they don't have anybody for the Sydney part yet.
Yeah,
but I think that to make this movie to be authentic, for it to be real street basketball, like you need guys who can really ball. And I'm not
gonna lie to you. I got another one. It's a little out there.
Okay.
And he may be too big for the part with everybody that we named because like he does like certain movies.
Okay.
Kevin Hart.
I feel like Kevin Hart don't look old. But I was just gonna say, like, there's a huge age difference between him and Jack Harlow.
Okay, so this is why I say if you modernize it, you can pull this off, right? So you get an older dude who is on the court, playing ball. He kind of washed up. He playing around with the younger dudes, or so we think that he can, So we find out he can actually play, but he get he get ran by the white dude. You know what I'm saying? Man, this motherfucker can't play, man. And then the white dude come in and hoop him up or whatever. Or you could switch it up like Jack Harlow is the man on the court, and then here come old ass Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? They think he can't play, and then he come out and he juice him up for the money. Him and Jack Harlow get into it about the money. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how they end up, being cool, playing together. Just like the original was. But I'm saying like Kevin Hart can hoop.
He can hoop. He can play. Hoop. He can play. He definitely can play. And Wesley wasn't really that tall when it comes to the ball that was being played on the court. So, but like I feel like the movie can't. I feel like this should be more of a white man can't jump sequel instead of a reboot. I don't think that you can take that 90s feel in the way that things were in the 90s and bring it until 2022, 2023.
No, sure. You got to modernize.
Because like, man, ain't nobody gonna be out here with money, man. People gonna be cash apping. Like it ain't. It's just not the same. And then the whole thing of like somebody betting on a game and these people from Louisiana is chasing you. You know what I'm saying? And you ducking them, going from hotel to hotel. Like I just feel like they can't take the same story,
right,
and reboot it. I feel like this has to be more of a sequel, and they have to come up with their own story that's similar. Like it's street basketball, and it's two, and it could be street basketball and two hustlers. But I don't think that the storyline would work 31, 32 years from now. I don't think that same storyline can work.
I think it can, and I really do think it can. But this is the thing. Like I said, when I say modernize it, I got to stick to it. Like you would really have to modernize it. Like you would have to take it, like you said, instead of them chasing them from Louisiana, they would be from the same state, right? So like, you know what I'm saying? He basically, one of them, you know what I'm saying, which is Billy, is basically a hustler. You know what I'm saying? He a shiesty guy. So Jack Harlow is playing basketball with dudes. You know what I'm saying? He might just be doing like playing a game of 50 or playing damn, why can't I think of the game?
21?
No. What's the goddamn basketball game where you make a shot and then another nigga make a shot?
Make it take it?
No.
Horse.
Horse, yeah. I'm about to say goat. I don't know why I was about to say goat. But you know what I'm saying? Playing a game of horse. Damn, I blanked out. But you know what I'm saying? Like he played a game of horse with somebody on the court or whatever. Like just shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then with the Gloria thing, instead of having her go on her go on like Jeopardy, you would have her go on like shit, I don't know. I was gonna say Family Feud, but you don't want to do Family Feud because you needed other people to do that.
Yeah.
Like Wheel of Fortune or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I mean, you can still do Jeopardy. Don't get me wrong. You could definitely still do Jeopardy, but just I don't know, man. But I mean, it's a way you can do it, bro. It's definitely a way you can do it.
This was a Wheel of Fortune. That's funny. That's funny. But nah, man. Look, I hope that they find a way to make this thing work. But I don't know, man. I feel like when it comes to certain classics, a lot of the times you need to leave them alone because there aren't. It's more times than not we end up liking. Well, real movie watchers end up liking the original better than the remake or the reboot.
Yeah.
So, but I hope they have success, man. But when it comes to, Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson playing Sydney and Billy, their chemistry, for the people who don't know, their chemistry ended up being so good in this movie that they end up teaming them up again, man, and doing Money Train. Now, Money Train wasn't as successful. But Money Train was still a good movie, and they was actually brothers in Money Train.
Exactly. Now Quavo and Jack Harlow. I don't know if Jack Harlow could act like that. I'm not sure, but I tell you this though: if you get Quavo and Lil Dicky in that movie, hilarious.
That would be better because Dicky can ball. I've seen Dicky ball.
I didn't know he could.
No. Lil Dicky really can ball. Like he really can play street ball.
Oh, well, there you go. It
should have been him because he already.
The questioning part is, can Quavo act though? That's the only thing.
Yeah, because we only see him a little bit. I only seen him in the Atlanta episode, and that wasn't really acting. He was really Quavo. Yeah, he was Quavo. Yeah. So we don't really know. That's why I say, like, for it to be perfect. For me personally, I like your Kevin Hart idea, but for me personally, if they would have done Little Dicky and Chris Brown, I think that especially with the success of Dave, you already know, like, yo, he already got followers. People are gonna come see this movie because Little Dicky is in it. Chris Brown. Yeah, he got a little stuff that travel with him, but at the same time, we seen him in Takers. You know what I'm saying? We seen him in other movies that were successful, so we know that this dude can act. So I don't know, man. Like they still holding on to that Sydney thing, but they'll get it figured out. But yeah, Little Dicky really can ball, and that would have been better. And then Billy was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like he was funny. I like the concept that they had of it. For a little rundown, basically, we haven't done a synopsis yet. That Billy Hoyt, was it Hoyt, right?
No, it's Billy. I think it's Doyle.
Yeah, Billy Doyle.
Hoyle.
So he's this guy, basically like a drifter. He got his girlfriend Gloria, and he played college ball down in Louisiana. So he was supposed to throw a game. End up getting pissed off. Didn't throw the game, and he owed these people $7,000. So he was running from them. Him and Gloria was running from them. Sydney was just this hustler dude who loved street ball, and he wanted to move his wife and his daughter out the hood. Basically, they lived in the hood, and he wanted to move them out. And so he was just doing anything necessary to do it. Billy, the way he played everything was he would come to a court, act like the quirky white dude, they don't know how to ball, doing these crazy stretches, and he ended up hustling him out of $60. And the way he got him back was trash. I'm sorry, like $60 and like $1,500 or whatever it was, not the same thing. Okay, Sydney, listen, Sydney is like the good terrible friend in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good, terrible friend. Like, he generally felt for Billy, but at the same time, he was terrible for Billy because Billy was a disaster of a person. He's that gambling dude that is that's watching a person. Like anytime you're watching somebody with an addiction, that's one thing they did not cover, especially in 1992. They don't talk about how Billy had an addiction. This dude had an addiction with gambling. He could not, that whole thing of like when you were a kid and like a grown person give you money and the first thing you want to do is spend it, and your parents would be like, that money burning a hole in your pocket, ain't it? Yeah. And it's like that was Billy. Money burnt hole in his pockets. He just could not hold it, man. But how did you feel about Sidney? Because I felt like at the end of the day, he was a good but terrible friend.
It's a different dynamic because you know what I'm saying, you gotta think about the 90s. Like black people and white people weren't really like kicking it like that, like everybody probably thought they was. So, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he kind of responded to him, I mean, you know, he had a family and everything. Like, then Billy he ain't have his shit together. Like, so I mean, he kind of was just going with the punches with Billy, man. You can't really be mad at him. Like, he was just like, you know, like I fuck with you, but then again, like, dog, I don't fuck with you, bro. Like, you a fuck up. Like, nigga, I had something going here, and here you come, like, messing my shit up. So I don't know, and then like he had to pull favors for him and everything. Like it's just weird, bro. It's a whole weird thing with Billy, man.
Like that's why I say that he's a good terrible friend because it's like, okay, so Billy hustled him out of. Now this is the thing. He missed the shot. He didn't really hustle him. They just did 5 shots from the top of the key, and Sidney missed the last one. So he really lost the $60 himself. So he ended up following him to his hotel room and like, yo, I got a business proposition for you. And like, so then they came up with the whole thing of Sidney would already be there. And that's the thing about street ball. Like, it'll be in the middle of a game and y'all will start an argument and then you just forget about the whole game. Like they just forget about the whole game. Like, hey, you pick, man. It's too hard making you have me look this good and all this type of stuff like that. And so he's like, yo, pick any dude out here and, you know, I'll bust you either way. And so they'll pick the corny white dude that pops up with the Nikes on. And they had a little thing going. I think that first game, they won $500. And so then you think, okay, they got a good thing going. Go to the next game, and Sidney throws the game.
Right.
And so he goes home to Gloria and like, yo, we lost the money. She's like, what happened? And he was like, I don't know. She was like, was you making your shot? He was like, yeah, I was making my shot. She's like, was Sidney making the shot? He's like, he didn't play that good. She's like, you got hustled.
Yeah.
like you got hustled. He was like, nah. And he's like, look, when it's a man, when you lose, you lose. You win, you win. You can't go back and ask for your money. And then that's when he found out that Sidney, set him up and all this type of shit. I just felt like, yeah, you can only do that shit for so long. But then at the same time, it's like he knew what this meant for Billy and he didn't care. But I also think that he didn't like the fact that Billy was able to pull somebody like Gloria too. I think they kind of bothered him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I really do. I felt like they kind of bothered him. But I don't know, man. I hear what you're saying because see that dynamic back, especially in 92. Like, yes, white dudes already got that stigma of like, y'all ain't athletic enough to be playing street ball, especially street ball in the streets with black dudes. Right. That's one thing. And then the other thing was Billy had a point in some of the shit that he was saying, and I think Sidney didn't like that. Because there is a thing of like when you balling, when you a black dude, yeah, you want to look good on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like you will sit because look, it's well documented. There's guys like, yo, like we lost the game. Yeah, we lost. I had 35 though. You know what I mean? Yeah. So y'all lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a thing where that was a thing. And so he brought up the whole thing of like, yo, like you do the behind the back passes. You know, I remember I had a coach, man. It was Coach Reed when I was in high school, when I was on varsity. We called him Coach Phil Jackson because he looked just like Phil Jackson.
That's
He was
hilarious.
like 6'7". He had the mustache, everything. So so we used to always call him Coach Phil Jackson. And so like we would do like these drills because I told you, dude, I was playing the center in high school at 6'2". So he would do this thing where we'd do the drill and like we'll do like the layups or whatever. And he was like, let me show you something. He was like, if you do your layup, you do a right hand layup. He was like, put your left hand up, because he was like, you're more apt to make the and one, because they'll smack your left hand,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying. Your right hand won't be bothered. Yep. Man, when you 17, 16, you ain't trying to hear that, man. You want to do. Hey, you want to have the, you know what I'm saying, the finger roll. You want to look sweet. I don't want to put up my left hand and have two hands up on a layup. So, but at the end of the day, it makes sense. But the thing is, we want to look good. We do have a thing of wanting to look good while we win. And like, so they had that whole race dynamic, like going through the whole film of like going back and forth with the way that Sidney played and the way that Billy played. And you brought up a good point, because especially in the 90s, like they didn't really hang out like that. And there was these stigmas that played along when it comes to the race car and the way that people play ball, especially in the 90s.
Right. And I mean, like I said, with the whole Brent Berry thing, like, and at that time, like, it wasn't really a lot of athletic white dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know now it's kind of a slight to hear, you know what I'm saying, to hear that when you're talking about a black athlete. But in the 90s, like, that was a thing. Like, black dudes were athletic. You know what I'm saying? And then the game of basketball wasn't advanced as it is now. So the stuff that you would see, like a Michael Jordan do, or a Magic Johnson do, or an Isaiah Thomas, you know what I'm saying, or a Dr. J, like, that shit was like literally watching a fucking sci-fi movie in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that dude could jump from the foul line and dunk, like, people lost their mind when they seen somebody do that for the first time. You know, you never thought shit like that was possible. Or like, even when they showed a replay of Dr. J, you know what I'm saying, coming up for a layup, and then he bring the ball around behind the back of the backboard and you know what I'm saying, lay it up on the other side of the rim. Like, you don't see, like, at that time, you wasn't seeing shit like that happen. Like, that freaked you the fuck out. So to see a white dude be able to do some shit like that, you really freaked out, because you like, these niggas ain't got no rhythm. These niggas can't dance. These niggas ain't got no coordination. Like, if he can do that, something going on. Like, that motherfucker's an alien. So at the time, like, you know what I'm saying, to see a white dude be able to ball like that, you kind of was like, damn. So like, even to see Woody Harrelson and, you know what I'm saying, the passes that he was making, you know what I'm saying, him dribbling the way he dribbled, his shot, you know what I'm saying, how wet it was, like, that was like, damn, like, okay, Woody Harrelson got some game.
But you want to know something else, though? There was a rarity, was somebody like two people, Don Beebe and Jason Sehorn. Because the way that people used to look at Don Beebe, you see a white dude at receiver. Now, there were white receivers, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say, you know, one of the greatest receivers was Steve Largent. You know, he was like the last, like, quote unquote, like, great white receiver that people mention. But like, Steve Largent wasn't looked at as a fast guy, though.
No.
Don Beebe, who played with the Buffalo Bills, this dude was like a 4'3" guy. Like, you never seen that. And this was in the early 90s. You like, because I'm pretty sure, like, when that black corner went up on the, man, look at this corny dude, man. And then that dude fly past you like, all right, hold up. This white dude ain't gonna keep burning me like this. And then the other person, Jason Sehorn, you see a white dude at corner, you like, man, I'm about to wax this dude. And then when he put them clamps on you, it was like, okay, there's a reason why they got that white dude out here. So it was like, so it's like, that is a thing where you would look at them and be like, nah, this ain't happening. But like, today's game, it's not the same anymore. So that's why, like, when you see a guy like Jason Williams, White Chocolate, it's like, okay, it was more accepted. And even when he came in the late 90s, early 2000s, and the shit that he was doing, like, I mean, there was black players that couldn't even do the shit that he was doing.
Right.
Like,
right.
I mean, if you want to talk about entertaining, like starting five, like that's who I want as my point guard when you're talking about entertainment. But he was a really good player. But it's like nowadays it's not that rare anymore. You know what I mean? When you start to look around the league, I mean, even when the professor first came in the N1,
that was rare than the motherfucker.
Yeah,
I remember when he first came on the show, that shocked the shit out of me. I was like, "Oh, this white boy got game."
Yeah, because he really got that look of like, I mean, literally, you want to talk about the stereotype of like first person in class. He's sitting
Suburban
there,
white boy. He looked like
his shoulders.
He like a blonde haired Rory.
Yeah.
He looked like if Rory tried to be Stan from the Eminem video.
Oh man, that is so funny. All he needs is a beard. But like when he first came onto the scene, it's literally Billy. Like you look at him like, fuck out of here, man. This dude, like y'all got this dude out here, and the way that he used to embarrass people.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, and I think that nowadays, because now he do this whole thing on Facebook and YouTube, all this type of stuff. And I've seen somebody in the comments saying, "Oh man, you just doing that to innocent bystanders. Like you ain't doing that to no real ballers." And I'm like, hold up, you must ain't seen those mixtapes.
Yeah, like he was doing that to some skilled motherfuckers.
He was doing that to some dudes that really ball. Like he's doing this little stick thing now. Like you know what I mean. But like no, like he's proven himself. Like we seen that grind when he first came on, and he's out there with hot sauce and all of that shit. Like so, he's played against the real like N1 legends. So he came up in that time to where he can ball. But like nowadays, it's not that rare to see a dude like I know a lot of people love like Tyler Hero, and it's just like he got some game. I think he a little more confident than what he should be. He said that he should be mentioned in the class of Luka and Ja Morant and Trae Young. And it's like, nah, dude, you ain't there yet.
Hold on, who?
Yeah, he said that in the interview that he should be mentioned with the Trae Youngs, the Lukas, and the Ja Morants.
Why?
Exactly. And yeah, you just won 6th Man of the Year, but you ain't in the class with these dudes. But
nigga, what?
Yeah,
the 6th Man of the Year award don't give you that kind of okay.
But this was before this. He said this before the season started. Yeah, he said that before the season started. But but yeah, like
he's so off and on though. Like
that's the thing. He's not consistent
at all.
He's a good player.
I don't even want to. He is, but no, bro. Between him and Duncan Robinson, bro, they could either be the reason that the Heat win, or they could be the downfall of the Heat. He's not the man like he think he is, bro. He have a few good moments, but let's not do that.
Yeah, he needed to get out of here with that statement.
He might average 22.
I'm thinking more like 17.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Might.
I'm thinking more like 17. But but yeah, like when it comes to this movie, man, being 30 years, man, it's like damn, man, like 30 years. Like the movie came out when I was 7, yo.
Yeah.
And for it to be the way it was, Wesley being the guy that he was at that time, like because I mean, when you talk about 92, I mean, this was before Passenger 57. This was around Demolition Man. Let's see, when New Jack City came out in 91, he was in that. You know what I'm saying? Jungle Fever came out in 91. So Passenger 57 came out the same year. So look, we talked about Wesley when we did the Blade joint.
Yeah.
And like so for White Man Can't Jump to come out and Passenger 57. Damn, man, we should have did the anniversary double feature, boy. Because Passenger 57 is that joint, man.
That's crazy. This nigga was
man,
whooping ass on the plane.
Yo, I'm telling you, I ain't never heard of a black plane
air marshal
police guy, air marshal. Yeah, like the fuck
ever.
We didn't even fly. Like
in 92, bro. Nah, my nigga.
Oh man. But that's
niggas
funny.
was just wearing Jordans. Ain't no way that nigga was air marshal, bro. Ain't no way.
Hey, that's funny. Oh man, but for this to come out, man, in 92 to be 30 years old, like I didn't watch that. I should have watched it before we did this podcast. That's my mistake. But him and Woody Harrelson actually sat down and like kind of had like a conversation about the movie or whatever because it was a 30-year anniversary. I didn't watch that, but I just feel like it's one of those movies, especially when you go back and watch it. I think it's a classic for a reason. I don't think this movie will ever get old. Like, even if the reboot is successful, I still think that even 30 more years from now, people will go back and watch this one. Because when you look at the style, look at the haircuts, look at the shoes, look what people had on. Like when it comes to the shorts with the tights coming up under them. Sidney had the two tank tops on, different colors.
The beach hats.
Yeah, the beach hats. He had it folded up.
Yep.
Like that, like just the style, man. Just the way that, and then the one dude, he had a Magic Johnson jersey on it every damn scene. He was like, he had nothing else to wear, man.
It was crazy.
But like, no, the all-time part though. Oh man, dude, this will never get old for me. So they at the park, and so he's like, "Yo, like, $500," and so dude is like, "All right, let me go." He was like, "Let me go get it out of my car real quick." This motherfucker go grab a gun and a Scully and try to rob the stuff. And dude said, "Man, that's you." No, I ain't him. Give me that damn gun. He's like, "Man, what's wrong with you?" He was like, "Man, listen, man, I'm at the park, man. I need this." He's like, "Man, I need $500 or whatever." And so he was like, "Look, I sell you this gun, man. Nice gun, man. Give me $3 for it." He was like, and so he went to robbing him to end up selling him the gun for not even the price that he wanted. So then he go back to the park, and so then they sit there to play the game, and then they end up losing. And then my man got mad and said, "Yo, he's like, he tried to cut him at first. And then he was like, I'm going to get my gun and shoot the whole park up." So I just thought that jump was so funny, man, that he went and tried to rob that store. That was your boy. What's his name? He was Red Dad in Friday.
Ronaldo Ray.
Yeah. He was the store clerk.
Yeah, that's the man, bro.
Like, I could
rest in peace, Ronaldo Ray.
Yeah, definitely, man. I just always thought that was funny, man. But it got some memorable moments, man. I mean, come on, man. Anytime you can see Rosie Perez.
Oh, come on, man. Talk about it.
Yo, man. But then at the same, yeah. But I mean, look, her character was very necessary, man. Like, for her to want to be on Jeopardy, and you would think, like, what are you doing with a guy like Billy? You know what I mean? But I think that they both were like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you like when it comes to Gloria? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, other than what? But like, what comes to your mind about the character Gloria?
To me, Gloria was she was super dope because she added a great dynamic between the dynamic that her and Billy had. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was active. She was like the you know what I'm saying, the third member of the group, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we didn't get a chance to see Sydney's wife like that. So for Gloria to be in it, it was more so a thing to where, you know what I'm saying, her personality, the way she was, who she was, you know what I mean? Like, and then at that time, you know what I'm saying, 92, for a white dude to have a, you know what I'm saying, a Spanish or Hispanic girlfriend or Latina girlfriend, like, you know what I'm saying? Even they was like, yo, like, that's a girl, like, you know what I mean? So I think that dynamic was dope because she had that urban appeal, but she also was able to keep that, like, that street, like that. She had that street feel, but also she was cool enough to be a smart character, like how she was, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that she knew all those random facts and was going to Jeopardy to win. You know what I'm saying? Like she was, for some odd reason, like she fit that character. Like, no, I don't think anybody else in that time could be able to do that character the way she did. Like who would think that, you know what I'm saying, like anybody else would be able to do this besides Rosie Perez, being able to be smart enough to be on Jeopardy, but also be cool enough to be like a hustler's girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just seemed like she fit that so well, especially with who she was at the time too. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was a dancer turned actress who, you know what I'm saying, she was in the joint with Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing, and like, you know what I'm saying? So she was that loud girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, that fiery, you know what I'm saying, spicy, and I hate saying this because it's too cliche and stereotype, but I gotta use it. But like she was that spicy Latina girlfriend that, you know what I'm saying, she was always at, you know, running off at the mouth. She really kept Billy in line. Like without her,
anyway.
without her, Billy life would really be in shambles. So, you know what I'm saying? Like he gave a fuck about her enough to try to do the right thing sometimes. No pun intended. But she really like just made she really made that third cast member, like that third co-starring role. It seemed as if she made it easier for them to do their thing whenever they was on screen together. You know what I'm saying? Because of her talent and her experience, it just seemed as if like they all had that connection. Even though, you know, the story came out about, what was that, J-Lo? That was J-Lo, wasn't it? It wasn't Rosie Perez.
The what? What story?
The thing about Wesley Snipes trying to get up on her, I think that was J-Lo.
No. That was Rosie Perez, but that was Spike Lee.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Well, she had a thing with Spike, like
it was Wesley Snipes.
Well, there was a thing where in Do the Right Thing, that whole ice scene or whatever.
Yeah.
Like she was saying that she was crying.
Do that.
Yeah, she was literally crying on camera. Like that's why the camera never went up to her face. And she said that how uncomfortable she felt and all that type of shit. But her and Spike talked about it because she said they didn't talk for a while, like after that movie. But then she said that they ended up, you know, talking about it and all that type of stuff. She's like, she still felt that the scene was unnecessary, but she got it or whatnot. Now there could be another situation.
It might be. So maybe I'm thinking of J-Lo and Wesley though, because I know
it could have been.
Yeah, it was.
What, in Money Train? You mean?
Maybe. It might not have been. It might not have been that. I had to go back and look, but I know that it was an issue between one of them. But like I said, when this happened, I think it was J-Lo. But in this one, like you could tell they had a real chemistry outside of the, you know what I'm saying, outside of the movie. At least at the time, it seemed as if they had a good chemistry. And it made it seem as if, like, you know what I'm saying, they were comfortable enough with each other to really like give that energy on screen. And it seemed like she helped that a lot.
She did. And for the end, the way to the end, I think that, you know, even when she was sitting there talking to Sydney's wife, and she was just like, she was like, he's a good guy, he has a good heart, but he's just bad with money. And she was like, what do you mean bad with money? You know, and it's just like, so when she ended up getting her winning off Jeopardy, and she gave him $2,000 to get some clothes for a job interview. And see, this is why I say Sydney was a good friend and bad friend. Yeah. Because it's like, yeah, you in the hole. Yeah, he owes you a favor. But at the same time, you know that if he fucked this up, Gloria's going to leave him. But he didn't care. He was like, yo, I just got robbed and somebody stole $5,000 from me. and I need to get this money back.
Right.
And so when he went up on him and they having a conversation, there's all three of them, and he was like, "Hey, I need to play this game, with the $2,000." And she was like, "Billy, like if you do this, I'm gone."
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't get it. He didn't understand, like, yo, like she's really fed up. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's the last time. I guarantee you will win. She's like, I don't give a shit about that. And that was that whole thing when she was trying to tell him, like, sometimes when you win, you really lose. And when you lose, sometimes you win.
Mm-hmm.
And what that meant was, if he would have told Sydney no, he would have won with her, but he would have lost with him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then when they came back to the room and realized that she left, and he trying to say, man, you shouldn't have played. He's like, the fuck you mean? Like, you came to me telling me you need me. He was like, yeah, but you're a grown man. You can make your own decisions. But he knew Billy, he's the worst at this.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when they did the whole thing of like, yo, like white man can't jump. And like when this dude just won $2,500
and wanted to bet it on Duncan.
Like, dude, like really? And then you bet your life away when it comes to you, girl, and then she left you. So I think that Gloria, she had to make that. She had to make that move. She had to dip out on Billy and maybe what Sydney was saying was right, because he was like, yo, maybe y'all ain't meant to be together.
Right.
Maybe.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say maybe at the end of the day, y'all weren't meant for each other.
And that's why I said, like, with her character, like, she kept him in line, because it wasn't the fact that they weren't supposed to be together. It was the fact that, like, he was doing certain shit that it wasn't necessary for him to do. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example is, the dunk bet. He had so many tries to, dunk it, or he, and then he bet all his money. And then on top of betting all your money, like, that was the night that you were supposed to be with your girl, celebrating the fact that, I think that's when they found out she was going on Jeopardy or something like that.
No. She was celebrating the fact that they won the $2,500.
Yeah. That's right. And then, she set up this whole night for him, and you come home, you ain't got shit.
But a trophy.
Yeah. Like,
well, he had that dress for her.
Man, fuck that.
She wore it.
I bet she did, because that's all she had left. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just look at it like, bro, like, you just keep on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you keep on pushing it to the edge, and it's like finally she had to just be like, yeah, I'm out of here. Luckily, she did that because, you know what I'm saying, them dudes came, but you know what I'm saying, she had to do that because it's like, damn, like, nigga, you'll fuck around and sell your teeth just to motherfucking bet basketball. Like, bro, like, that's not cool, man. We got shit we got to accomplish.
Nah, we got to talk about these fake mobsters, man. When you gonna sit there and take a fake picture to goddamn show that this dude is dead and he's really not dead. Now, at the end of the day, it's great for Billy because he ended up, let me see, I think he got, at tournament, they had to pay $2,000 to get in. So I think they ended up getting basically $4,000. So basically $2,000 each. I think that's how it went. So so they ended up getting that money. And so as soon as you get that money, the dudes from Louisiana, they pop up. And so the money that Billy ended up getting, he didn't have it anyway. So it was kind of like, yeah, like I got my money back, but at the same time, they end up taking that money. So either way, Gloria would have been like, yo, like, even though, but this is the thing though. If Gloria would have stayed, like you said, that they would have ended up taking the damn winnings that she ended up getting from Jeopardy, and she still would have been mad. So, but for them to be those type of gangsters, to not even kill him, but to take a picture like he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, see, and that's another thing. You could pull it off in the 90s. Ain't no social media. Sure. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing going on. So when you go back to Louisiana, oh man, look at this picture, man. He dead as a doornail, man. Nowadays, You sit there and you try to fake a death, and they'll be like, "Yo,
And nigga
I
pop up
just
on
saw."
Facebook.
Yeah, pop up on Facebook, be like, "Yo, the dude supposed to be dead." Like, man,
Yeah,
what
he
y'all
did.
doing?
Motherfucker just tweeted 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. That's why I say like it's certain parts of this movie that's like that they're gonna have to make it more new age. Like, kind of like how they did Space Jam 2. Like,
Yeah.
like
That was a
in
great
the
take on that
game, like
movie
it
too.
was like a shot where you got like 2,500 points or some shit. Like it can't be the exact same thing because it's just too much. Like too much technologies came. You can't, ain't no reason to hand the money to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You remember that. You
Yeah.
make a bet, you got one dude to hold the money. Like, look, you hold the money. Like that what he said, he said he had the fat dude to hold it. He said, man, he ain't going nowhere, man. Donut shop ain't open yet. He said, no, he said the bakery ain't open yet.
Yeah.
And that shit was funny. But like, I don't know, man. Like I just feel like some movies, man, shouldn't be touched. Like a lot of people, what I liked about Space Jam 2 was the fact that it gave you newer music. Like it made it more hip hop for one. And then like it kind of made it more realistic with some of the things that they did.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still like Space Jam 1 better, but I
To
like
me,
some of
Space Jam 1 was more like epic than Space Jam 2 was.
yeah, and I think that I don't know, man. I the more and more I think about it, I don't know how I feel about this reboot, man. I don't know.
I mean, I don't, like I said, man, I don't know, bro. Like I feel as if, and this is true, I feel as if these motherfuckers can find a way to modernize that story, you could, like I said, you could still keep the structure of it the same. Two hustling basketball players, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A calm wife for Sydney, you know what I'm saying? You find you know what I'm saying, a nice little firecracker of a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, for Billy. And then you can still add the gangsters in there. You can still add the, you know what I'm saying, the hustling aspect of basketball in there. And now it'd be a little bit different because you could even change the shit up and do like and one style street ball. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. Like it's a way you can do it. And I mean shit, with the way Jeopardy is, you can still do Jeopardy.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Alex Trebek is dead, so
That is
Jeopardy
true.
ain't the same.
But we got LeVar Burton. You got to have LeVar Burton on it. You know what I'm saying? So you could do it with LeVar Burton. I think that'd be a good look anyway for him. But yeah, I think if you can find a way to modernize that story, if you keep that structure, find a way to modernize it, I think it'll be okay. You just got to find the right actors. And if you do use Jack Harlow or somebody like that, like make sure they can play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You made a great point adding Lil Dicky though. I didn't know he could hoop like that. But if he could hoop, then that would be a great addition. You put him and Chris Brown together, and they already worked together in the video. Him and Chris Brown back and forth.
Yep. Yeah, they did that flip video. Yeah.
That'd be
man,
him
that
and
would have
Chris
been
Brown.
dope.
And you know Chris Brown is he could do comedy. So
yeah, and Chris Brown is a certified baller. Like
yeah, and he could do drama too.
If Chris Brown wasn't a child prodigy at 13 years old and actually went to school, Chris Brown might be in the NBA. Like
maybe.
Dude, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's played in the Drew League. I think.
I don't know if he did that, but I know they had a what's the name that they used to do in LA where they used to do like runs with NBA players.
Chris,
he was in that because him, Kevin Hart, Neo, Drake, and a couple other people was doing it, and then they was all out there. Like James Harden was out there, Russ was out there. There was a couple other people. So I think Paul George was out there, but like, you know what I'm saying, some old retired players came out, but they used to like do it during the summer or before the summer. And you know what I'm saying, have a run where like the celebrities just come out and just hoop.
Yeah. And I think like it'd be dope if they did like some little stuff like you brought like some retired like NBA players out there just to you know what I mean, just to give it more of that basketball feel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how they would feel about losing though. Like losing to Jack Harlow or whoever they get to play Sydney,
For sure.
but yeah, man, I don't know. I just the more and more I think about it, because like I say, Jack Harlow's already in. Like him, Tiana Taylor, Lance Riddick, like they're already in. But they still looking for the Sydney character. So
for sure,
we'll see what it end up being.
I mean, I'm excited to see it. Hopefully, like I said, they can find the right guys to fill those roles, and if they do, man, listen, I'm first to buy a ticket.
I feel you, man. You ready to do them flames?
Yes, sir. Let's get to it, man. So, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's a 5 for me. It's a 5. The fact that you got Wesley Snipes, you know what I'm saying, one of the biggest stars at the time, Woody Harrelson, also, you know what I'm saying, one of the biggest stars at the time, and you take these guys and you put them in the movie, you put them with, you know what I'm saying, one of the hottest women in the world, Rosie Perez, and you can get this movie off. It's not bad acting at all. There's no bad acting in it except for the gangsters, of course, but they, you know what I'm saying, you ain't really care about that. But, you know what I'm saying, you got a few guest appearances here and there. But it's a great sports movie as far as the basketball goes. It was some great basketball being played in that movie. Oh, it was some good basketball being played in the movie. I ain't gonna say great, but you know what I'm saying. Outside of that, the story was good. It stuck to the story. You know what I'm saying. For Wesley Snipes to be playing a straight man, but adding to the comedic, you know what I'm saying, situations, I thought that he did a great job doing that because now we see Wesley doing a lot of comedy stuff. Back then, we only seen this nigga roundhousing niggas on, you know what I'm saying?
Well, even in Demolition Man, he had some one-liners in there.
Kind of. You right about that, but not to this effect.
Not to this effect.
In Demolition Man, it was corny. Like in this one, like he was actually playing a serious role, but he was giving you those, you know what I'm saying? He was giving you those moments as well. And it wasn't just one-liners, he was giving you actual moments in this one. So I definitely appreciated that. Woody Harrelson, I don't give a fuck what that dude in, bro. He is going to be hilarious to me. He has always been funny to me, bro. Like when I found out he was in Zombieland, I instantly went to that shit, bro. I didn't care about what nobody was talking about. He made that shit comedy for me. But Woody Harrelson is always great, especially playing the you know what I'm saying, the comedic role. And then Rosie Perez. It's Rosie Perez. You can't go wrong with that. So for me, it's a 5, bro. This is a classic. You can't go wrong with this movie at all.
I hear you, man, and I'm gonna go. I'm right there where you at, though. I'm gonna go a 4.5. With everything that you just said, especially Wesley coming off of what he was coming off. I think that this is the first time, personally, I've seen Woody Harrelson, but then his IMDb is crazy. Like he went on a run after this. I love the chemistry that they had. The chemistry was so good. Like I said earlier, they ended up doing Money Train together, and there was actually brothers in that movie. And they just kind of look, instead of Rosie Perez, you bring in Jennifer Lopez, but
yeah, you kept that same kind of feel to it.
Yeah,
which is smart.
Exactly.
That's very smart.
Definitely. But yeah, like it's just a classic, man. You go back and you watch it, it never gets old, especially for somebody like in our age demographic. I think that if you're 30 to about 45, like you look at this movie, and you're like, yo, like this is a classic, like this is the shit. Like especially the people that are in their 40s, they're like, yo, like this was my life. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, like especially people who played ball and all this type of shit like that. People hustling to get a couple of extra dollars or whatnot. Sydney's story was so relatable to a lot of people because he's like, he got this contracting job. He's trying to do everything he can to get his family into a better neighborhood.
Yeah,
and so he's hustling.
And then the dope part about this movie too, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the dope part about this movie too was that he was a business owner.
Yeah, so he did not renovations, but like he remodeled people's houses.
That was dope, man.
And that was definitely. And yeah, so I feel like it's really, really a good movie. I like the script, but I think that they really let them cook in this. I feel like this was a movie like they let them stay with what they was doing, but you can't write in a script like black dudes just talking shit on the court. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of that had to be like, yo, y'all just cook. Like this is the premise of what's going on, and y'all just do what y'all feel y'all need to do right here. And so yeah, man, I'm gonna go a notch below, but I'm gonna go with a 4.5.
Yeah, man. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, you know what I'm saying? Coming soon, man. We got this is a doc. You know what I'm saying? When the doc in a minute. This is a very interesting doc. You know what I'm saying? Because this man, it's so crazy, bro. Like this documentary is about a dude who fathered over
98.
Yeah, 98
93.
Children,
93 or 98 is one of
Let's just say 90. He fathered over 90 children.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We'll just say 90 to be safe. But because there may be more. Who knows? With the way he was out here getting down. And you know what I'm saying? My nigga was doing it the dirty way too. So you go watch this doc first. Go check this out. This is a crazy story. This is one that will have you in a trance. You will be like, yo, I can't believe this nasty mofo was out here doing this, man. But yeah, Netflix, man, Our Father. That's what the documentary is called. It's about a guy who has been out here wanking it and doing other things and basically having all these illegitimate children who come to find out sometime or another in their life that they have hella relatives and brothers and sisters. But yeah, this is a crazy documentary, bro. And this is why I love documentaries, because they get to tell stories like this. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those stories that has to be told. Because if somebody told you this, you wouldn't believe it. But the fact that they have a doc that you can see, yeah, you gotta see this joint. So yeah, next episode, man, we're doing the documentary Our Father on Netflix. You guys can go check that out before the episode. We'll be back with what we watching. And until then, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tight. Y'all get ready. And you already know, if you like this episode, you know what I'm saying, or you didn't like this episode, or you know what I'm saying, you got something that you want to, you know what I'm saying, hear about, or you want us to review, hit us up on the socials, on IG and Twitter at ViewAnonPod, and then on I'm about to say on Instagram, on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group, and then you can also follow me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. I have a Linktree link in my bio where you can find me everywhere else.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter, at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on IG. Like I mentioned, I put out the last episode 86. That was Friday the 13th. I put that out on Friday the 13th. So go check out that episode on all major platforms. That's all I got today, man.
That's what's up, man. So listen, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. We've been putting in a whole bunch of work, you know what I'm saying? And it's great for you guys to always be there for us. So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, thanks again. We'll see you on the next episode. But like they say in Hollywood, man, that's a wrap.
Cut.